This is a Blend Extra. 86% of people over 65 want to live independently in their own homes. However, some circumstances may reduce your ability of staying in your own home. Ruth Busalacchi from Synergy is back with some insider tips to fulfill your desire to stay in your own home. Good to see you, Ruth.
Hello. Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. I suppose that you hear the same sentiment as that AARP study, that so many people want to stay in their own home.
Absolutely. And what we know is that we can pass on ideas and tips from those of us that are professionals so that you can fulfill that goal. And that's what I love about talking to your viewers, is that we can give you those insider tips, which I don't know about you, but I always love hearing people from an industry and what they say so I can continue to do what I want to do.
Absolutely. Everybody wants the insider tips. So let's start with them. Number one, I think a lot of people will think immediately. And so I like this one that it's first, and that's avoid injury from falls.
Yes. Surprisingly or not, 1 in 3 seniors over the age of 65 will fall in a year. 1 in 3. And falls, according to the hospitals, are the number one injury that brings them to the hospital. And so we know that the idea of preventing those falls, feeling a little unsteady, the tip is call your doctor and see if you can get some therapy covered under your insurance to help you adapt, build up some strength so that you can avoid falling. And then the other thing is every Aging and Disability Resource Center in every county has loads of resources, information for seniors so that they can bring in tools and tips to avoid those falls, including at Synergy, we will come out and do a home safety assessment. Anything that we can do around your environment to reduce the risk of falling.
Well, I love that you do that, because I've seen you talk about rugs that could trip you, or not having a night light, things like that. I mean, there's so many things that you do at that home assessment. I think everybody should do it. And I'd never heard the idea to do physical therapy before a fall. So I love that too. I want to move on to the next one. And I think this is controversial and it might feel bad to people, but this is to reconsider driving your car.
Yes. So we talk about the idea of staying independent, and boy, driving is sort of the last hallmark of your independence. But the truth is, an occupational therapist will tell you that as a senior ages, their reflexes slow down, their eyesight diminishes, they may have some health conditions or even some confusion. So instead of driving, consider having friends drive you, consider Uber, Lyft, and of course, you can even consider, a personal assistant, we call them, a caregiver, to take you where you need to go. So you can still live in your own home, but you don't have to have that increased risk of having an accident.
Absolutely. Number 3 is install electronic monitoring equipment.
Yes. So electronic monitoring equipment, I consider it the very first line of defense if you are choosing to stay in your own home. There are pendants that look like an iPhone watch, and they detect falling. They can reach help in an emergency, and it's less expensive. Why not look into it so that you can go golfing and not have to worry, and your family doesn't have to worry about you?
And I know the bonus is that sometimes staying in your own home can be less expensive than moving to assisted living. It was so great to see you, Ruth. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Synergy is offering a free night light. You can also schedule that free home resource and safety assessment. Call Synergy HomeCare. It's 414-763-8368. Don't forget to visit their website. It's synergyhomecare.com.